The NBA play-in tournament has started, and we have our final matchups from it. The Magic had beaten the Hawks to take the 7 seed, so did the Warriors down in the Grizzlies. In the 9-10 matchups, the Mavericks eliminated the Kings last night, 120 to 109, and the Heat eliminated the Bulls 109-90, like I told y'all they would. The battle for the 8th seed will be with 2 10 seeds. Actually, that's pretty shocking as well. Hawks will host the Heat tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and Grizzlies will host the Mavericks right after at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on TNT. What stood out to y'all? Like I said, I will say, like I told y'all on Tuesday's show, the Bulls will lose. Go ahead.
Hey, man.
So, I thought about getting freezing cold takes last night, seeing if they would give me the free clout just for being god awful with my picks. But I saw the Bulls as like, oh, I saw them better as the 9 seed, like better than the 9 seed is how I'll put it. They were playing incredible the second half of the season, especially with Giddy and Kobe White just going nuclear. Matas Buzelis really stepping up for them as well. I overlooked Miami. I made a mistake on that one. Tyler Hero went nuts last night. 13 of 19 from the field, 38 points is just ridiculous. And you can never count out Miami, no matter how down bad you think they are in the postseason. Spo always has them find another gear, and that's exactly what they did last night.
Top 5 coach ever, man. I do this all the time, man. I always doubt Spo, and he's my favorite coach in the league. I don't know why I do it, but I just doubted because the roster was just not in place anymore, and with Jimmy out, I just did not believe in it. And Gidman, he's been playing out of his mind this year, almost averaging a triple double, 18 and 7 and 7. Man, it's something like that. And he's crazy stats for him. So, man, I was thinking, Josh Giddey legacy game, he's averaging a triple double against the Heat. Why not pick them? But did not work out, and I chose wrong. And I kind of believe in Spo. I think he's going to make playoffs. I don't think the Hawks can beat them. I really don't. So it should be very interesting. And the Kings, I don't know what's going on in Sacramento, man. I think that whole team should get disbanded and brought back to Seattle. I don't know what's going on in Sacramento, man. But that's just my opinion. I don't have any words for them. They're just so bad.
Tried to tell y'all about the Bulls for pretenders.
The game that I got to watch the most.
How about
game I watched the most was the Warriors Memphis game, and I think with that one, man, I hate to give it to you, Nazir, but Steph Curry looks really freaking good right now. That dude was not missing.
I've been saying
I will say it turned into a ref game in the last 6 minutes.
Go ahead,
dude. You've been milking it all year. Hey. You've been doing cartwheels on it,
dude. I've tried to tell you guys.
Is that going to be enough to get? I mean, we'll see how they do against the Rockets. I think they could beat the Rockets. They looked fine in this game, but it's more of when they get to lesser.
You want to know another stat? Guess who's 4-0 against the Rockets all time in playoffs? Steph, boy, 4-0.
The Warriors. I think their record since they traded for Jimmy was 23-8. In the regular season after the trade deadline, which sounds pretty much correct. And another funny stat, I think Jimmy Butler's made more free throws than field goal attempts since he got to Golden State. He makes it to the line. You got to give him that. He finds ways. He drives down. And his defense the other day was incredible as well. He was locking down guys. He had Ja Morant and clamps a couple of times out on the perimeter. I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. You can't doubt playoff Jimmy. You just can't. He turns up another gear. Everyone forgets about him in the regular season because he doesn't go 110% the whole time. But once it gets to April, May, and June, he finds another gear every time they need him. He's able to turn it up.
I told y'all, didn't I?
So the first
the Bulls were gonna lose, didn't I tell you?
You did tell us this, man.
How about the Miami Heat beating the Bulls in 3 straight seasons?
Hey, man,
in the play-in tournament.
I feel for you, man. I don't know what's going on.
How about them losing by 10 plus in all 3 of them? How about you had giving up 71 points in the first half? That was. How about between the Kings and the Bulls giving up 71 points in both halves at home?
Go ahead. Keep it going.
The defense, man.
For the 3rd straight season, I love this stat as well because DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine got eliminated again in the play-in tournament. That's the 9 and 10 matchup. How about
We
that? In three straight
Sacramento Bulls
seasons.
on Hawk Talk, and for a good reason. I mean, you literally traded the dynamic duo, if you want to call them that, from the Bulls of the East to the Bulls of the West, pretty much. And Sabonis is a better Vooch, obviously, but the team otherwise just feels so similar.
This was supposed to be our biggest moment, right? The Bulls. How about they qualify for playoffs in those 3 years? They fell to the Bucks for a gentleman's sweep. So to this day, those 5 games are the only taste of playoff basketball in LaVine's 11-year career.
Hey man, sounds like
How about DeRozan's postseason success?
Oh, that's never going to be a thing.
Once he left Canada in 2019, the Raptors immediately won the championship.
Yep.
Since then, he only made the playoffs twice and never made it past the first round.
Yep. He's not. I don't think he's that good of a player. I think he's a good mid.
Who remember LeBronto? LeBronto was gnarly, dude.
That's
fear, man.
That was embarrassing.
Pure bully ball.
I am sick and tired of the Chicago Bulls constantly saying, "Well, we're going to make the play-in tournament. Oh, we're going to go to the playoffs this year through the play-in tournament." How about you just break it down and start over? That's why I give credit to the Jazz. They're breaking it down and starting over. Right? And they're going to be perennial playoff team in the next 2 or 3 seasons.
Think so?
Yeah.
Do from here then.
Oh,
Jalen.
I know so. The Bulls, they're going to be.
What do you think?
They're going to continue being exactly where they are for the next 5 to 10 years because they can't seem to. Oh, let's just break it down and start over. They've been doing it since Derrick Rose.
You got hard-headed owners, bro. Hard-headed owners for sure.
They've been doing it since Derrick Rose.
Been doing that since Mike left, bro.
Since Michael Jordan, they've been trying to find a way. How come the Lakers been good before Kobe and after Kobe? How come the Cavs been good before LeBron and after LeBron?
They weren't good before LeBron, but yeah,
they're not good before LeBron.
They're good after LeBron.
Yeah, with LeBron for a while.
They had a couple runs before LeBron got there, but it's nothing like the Bulls had, where they were just at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, the Bulls were.
At least the Cavs made the playoffs a couple times out of those years before LeBron.
Right. The Cavs were pretty poverty, but the Bulls were like bottom of the bottom bankruptcy before Mike got there. But yeah, bro, you got a hard-headed ownership. I think that's pretty well known in Chicago.
That's why the White Sox suck as well.
Oh, yeah. Reinsdorf owns both the White Sox and the Bulls. If anything, he's just proving how utterly incompetent he is as a sports owner more than anything, with the way the Bulls are performing and the White Sox having the worst season in modern history and probably on track for it again.
Yeah.
How about another crazy stat about the play-in tournament, about the Grizzlies, about firing coaches, right? The Grizzlies were second in the West at one point and moved to fourth right before they fired Tevin Jenkins. They're not playing for their season.
Yep. I didn't understand it. It didn't make any sense to me. I understand if you don't like a coach, bro, but like at least thug it out for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like
the Kings were top 6.
Yep. they were hooping too.
They're eliminated.
They were really nice for a little bit. And now they suck.
They're gonna go out in the first round too.
Oh yeah. The Mavericks are Nico Harrison's looking good right now, guys. What's going on?
I would not say that. No.
If he wins tomorrow, then what?
If he wins tomorrow, they play tonight. I think. No, they play tomorrow. They play tomorrow.
They play tomorrow because they just played last night. But
yeah,
if the Mavericks beat the Grizzlies in Memphis somehow, without Kyrie, without Luka, without any other injured players they just have AD and Klay Thompson and Derek Lively.
Well, Daniel Gafford's back too. I think the majority of the core, PJ Washington was playing again last night. It's pretty much just Kyrie that's out at this point. They were a lot healthier than I thought they were. And looking at the box score, I wasn't able to catch the game, unfortunately, but I was shocked at how much more healthy they were than they were even a couple of weeks ago. And it makes sense why they were able to actually compete in and win that game.
Anthony Davis looks like he wants to play basketball again, which is a good sight. Pretty cool. Go ahead, Drew.
Here's my take. So when we look at the Grizzlies, they're going to. I think they'll win if they don't play Ja, which that makes absolutely no sense because Ja has been the heart and soul of that team. But it's just known that they do not win with him on the court as much as they do when he's off the court. And I mean, you saw it a little bit in that Warriors game where they were down 20. Dude rolled his ankle, missed about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden there was a game again. I'm not saying that it was Ja that was like pulling them down, but
You
they
just might go viral with this
better
quote.
basketball. Dude,
no,
they out of literally that I'm saying Ja Morant's a great player, but they play a different like brand of basketball when he's not on the court, and that is what helps them win more. And that we've seen it in the time that Ja's missed. And I think that if the Grizzlies play without Ja, who, as you remember, is hobbling on that ankle, I think they have a better chance of winning against this team.
Just for reference, Chris had to go
but I
to
also
class,
will say Zach Edey
so
sucks.
he'll be back on tomorrow. All right, keep going.
No, I'm just saying I'll end my rant with Zach Edey is not good. I don't know how he's getting blocked by Gary Payton II. I don't know how he's getting rim stuffed on putbacks. It makes no sense. That dude is 14 inches taller than half the people on the court. You should be able to dominate.
Didn't he foul out too? Am I tripping? He had 5 fouls at least. I know that, but I don't know if he fouled. I fell asleep during the game. I'm not gonna lie, but
and he misses free throws.
He's never been a good free throw shooter, but so Zach Edey, they were targeting him with small ball the entire game. Like even Steph was getting in on it. Like he was like trying to rip the ball away and it was working. Bro, Zach Edey against small ball, they figured him out so quickly that when Draymond was on him, it was just like he couldn't do anything. And he's like 10 inches taller than Draymond, and Draymond's like 6'8". So I'm like sitting there like thinking like, dude, what are we doing here? They were just throwing everybody at him in the paint. Like didn't matter how small you were. And if he goes up, he does this thing where he when he's going up for a layup, he holds the ball with 2 hands, obviously. But it's so obvious what he's doing because they know his moves, and he just rip it out. Like, go watch the game. They're ripping it out. They're even when he was holding up like this, they were like swatting at him like a fly. It was crazy, dude. I was like, man, this guy's not know how to go out of his way to get past this small ball, bro.
His court awareness is like 60 grade, and it's like he'll still be able to go get his 12 and 14, but it's going to be on 4 of 15 shooting.
Right. Man, that's interesting.
Now, if he shoots the ball 15 times in that game, that's another reason why the Grizzlies could lose. So
that's the thing, though, dude. They have Anthony Davis guarding him now. So, like, what's he going to be able to do with Anthony Davis guarding him or Derek Lively? Like, there's no way he's going to be able to, if he's not doing it against Draymond, he's not doing it against them. So
it might be good. It'll keep the ball out of his hands. Give it to Desmond Bain. Give it to Scottie Pippen. Give it to those guys who can create that offense from the outside.